listening so I can stab you in the back.
Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyeni, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 153 now, guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting. So let's just jump straight into it. Starting off at our number 5 spot, we have the Useful Clothes mod. Now this is a very simple mod that makes all of the clothing in the game more useful by adding enchantments to them. Some of them have also been made into light armor with an armor rating. All of the clothing is now also temperable at workstations, so you can now upgrade regular clothing that you had into armor, which I think is really cool. And clothing in the Dragonborn DLC has also been altered with enchantments as well. Now I really like this mod because I feel like it puts a usefulness onto the clothing that's in the game, because otherwise they would just go wasted. I don't think I ever once in all of my playthroughs of Skyrim ever put on prisoner outfits or, you know, barkeeper clothes or even farming clothes. I think I've never actually touched those clothing in the game. I more so just throw it in a chest, or I just sell it, or just drop it somewhere. I've never actually put it on because it doesn't really seem to have a use. It doesn't give you any armor rating. There's no enchantments, and although you can put enchantments on it, why wouldn't you just put an enchantment onto your armor set? So that's where this mod comes in, and it puts useful enchantments on all these items and actually giving them unique names as well. I feel like these enchantments are also really good, and they actually tend to make a lot more sense. For example, in this clip here I have a blacksmith apron as well as some gloves to go along with it that boost my smithing, which otherwise I wouldn't have and otherwise wouldn't use. So whenever I actually stumbled onto this clothing, I thought that I'd keep it to myself instead of pawn it off or just drop it where I stand. This would also push a huge incentive to keep normal clothes inside of your cupboards at your house, because normally whenever I get huge house mods or just buy large houses in the game, I only really have 1 or 2, maybe even 3 chests that I actually use regularly, and the rest of the chests are just completely empty or don't contain anything, and the dressers are always empty and there's not really any clothes anywhere. But this will actually change that, so I'll have more areas to put clothing in the game because the clothing will actually be useful now. And that's definitely why Useful Clothes comes in at our number 5 spot, so I'd recommend downloading it and giving it a try for yourself. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have the Necromaster robes, Mihail armors and clothing. Now the mod page reads that a true master of necromancy needs an armor set to match his evil mind. Made of pure ebony metal shaped in a terrifying design, adorned with fabrics decorated by dark arcane writing and enchanted by powerful magic, whoever wears the Necromaster robes will make even the inhabitants of the Soul Cairn tremble. This is a truly badass armor set whose enchantments resemble those of the Archmage robes, minus the restoration bonus. It's offset by a higher conjuration bonus though. In addition, they are armored robes, that is, they offer protection. It's categorized as light armor, and its weight is between that of a glass cuirass and a dragon scale one, as well as its defense. In addition, it can be improved using ebony ingots and exists as the counterpoint to the Archmage robes and a righteous path, being a viable option for dark-oriented characters. His greater defense aims to compensate for the Necromancer's fighting style and less focused on destruction spells. Now there's only one of these armor sets in the game, and it belonged to Malin Varen, and therefore is still next to the skeleton of his former owner, inside of Ilinata's Deep. These unisex robes combine very well with other ebony pieces and can be used in harmony with helmets, gauntlets, and ebony boots. Now I'm already a huge fan of Mihail monsters and animals mods, but the Mihail armors and clothing mod I've never actually seen before, and these Necromaster robes would work perfectly for any type of evil mage character. It's also a pretty easy armor set to find and only comes in at 20 megabytes, so why wouldn't you want a mod like this? And that's definitely why the Necromaster robes comes in at our number 4 spot, so if you want to go around intimidating all of your enemies and looking like a huge Necromancer badass, then this is definitely the armor set for you. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have the Expanded Gemstones mod. Now this mod adds 200 extra gemstones to the game and implements them into mining, trading, and looting throughout the entire game. If finding all 200 different types of gems is a little ambitious for you, then you can also lower it down to 100 gems, 50 gems, and 25 gems, meaning there's 4 different types of the Expanded Gemstones mod. There's a plus 25 version, a plus 50 version, a plus 100 version, and then this version, which is the plus 200 version. Now I'm not going to read off the name of each and and every different type of gem because there is 200 of them and a lot of them are very hard to pronounce, but I will show you the screenshot that is left by the mod creator that has all of the gemstones lined up on a table here. And there is a lot of the gemstones that I found whenever I went through the caves. I went through this little gold mine here and I mined as much as I could. I think I mined all of the gold on the cave, and I had a couple of the gems that are actually featured in this list here. So they are worked into the game very well, and you can also sell them to any type of vendor. You can buy them through any type of vendor, and I think they would look way better in display cases as opposed to your armor and weapons inside of display cases. I think being able to fit a lot of these gems into them would make for a great display case. So if you're a big collector like me in games like this, like I know in Fallout I like to collect all of the bobbleheads, and in New Vegas I like the snow globes, and then of course we have in Oblivion and Skyrim there's the Nern roots and then the masks here in Skyrim. You know, there's so many different things to collect in the game, and this expanded gemstone adds even more, giving you 200 plus gems to collect. And with this mod also having 4 different versions, the 25, 50, 100, and 200 version, you can actually choose how much you want to collect and how much it'll actually be affecting your game, and based on its size and how much size you have in your load order. There's just so much customization with the implementation of these gemstones, and that's what I really like about the mod, and being able to collect all of these really nice gemstones is just something that I think is really fun. So that's definitely why this mod comes in at our number 3 spot. So if you want to go out and look for new and beautiful gemstones, then the expanded gemstones is the mod for you. Coming in at our number 2 spot, we have the Wizard's Tower. Now this is a legendary player home that is located near Falkreath, and it has lots of storage and mannequins, weapon racks, and a full forge along with an enchanting and alchemy table, and even a treasury. There's also teleport pads to reach the top of the 3 floors that are included with this mod, and there's also teleport pads on the balcony that can take you to different places throughout Skyrim, including the college. The tower is free and loaded with stuff to smelt, sell, or use as you see fit. So it's a perfect home for any type of magical character that wants a home in the woods away from the big towns, or if they want their own seat of power without having to wait on becoming Archmage at the college. The map marker is also unlocked as soon as you install the mod, so you can teleport straight to it from the beginning of the game if you wish. Now that's the one thing that I don't necessarily like about the mod, is that it's free and it's already loaded with stuff to smelt. I do wish that it costed at least like 10 to 15,000 gold in order to actually purchase the house, so that you could have all the items inside not be completely free, so you could go in for free and then leave with all the items and sell it all. Now other than the way that the house mod is actually obtained, I do believe that the Wizard's Tower is a perfect house mod that I'd recommend to anyone, just because of how it's set up. I really like the way that the decoration is. I like how all the mannequins are spread out in a circle, and then you have the different types of armor sets and weapons on the top that you can display. And then of course you have the different rooms that aren't too big and not too small as well. You know, you can fit a lot inside of the rooms, but it's not too big to the point where you're just running back and forth to do all the different types of things you're doing, such as storing and crafting. It's more so you just get on the teleportation pad and you can travel down to your smithing area, do all of your crafting, and then once you want to store some stuff, you can come back up to the storage room, put all your stuff away, and then go up to your bedroom and do some alchemy and enchanting. And then you have a nice view on the top that you can travel to any of the different areas throughout Skyrim, including the college. It's a very nice player home for mage characters or any type of character that you may have. So that's definitely why this mod comes in at our number 2 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Wizard's Tower player home mod. Coming in at our number 1 spot, we have another Solitude. Now this is a brilliant Solitude overhaul that has a different style from other Solitude texture overhauls. It's more Assassin's Creed-like, and it includes both exterior and interior assets. Now I know these past couple weeks I have included a lot of mods that focus on Solitude, and I do believe that Solitude is becoming one of my favorite cities. You know, Whiterun used to be my favorite city, and I do think that it is, but Solitude's really creeping up there, you know? Solitude has been getting a lot of new mods coming out that actually retextures the entire city. There's also a bunch of other mods that are coming out that focus on stuff going on inside of Solitude. So in my next load order video, definitely expect to see some Solitude mods. But other than that, the Another Solitude mod is a perfect retexture that looks incredibly different, and I just want to show you off the entire city, so let's do a brief tour of everything that this mod has to offer. Now, as you can see, this version of Solitude looks incredibly different than all of the ones that I've shown in the past, and I do really like this. I do feel that it's a lot more lighter than the previous versions, and this nice little retexture just makes Solitude come to life. And whenever it comes to other Solitude overhauls, this is definitely going to be the one that I stick with. So that's definitely why another Solitude comes in at our number 1 spot, so if you want to completely remaster your Solitude and make it come to life, then definitely give this mod a try out for yourself. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can follow me on Twitter. I'll be sure to leave my Twitter in the description, and you guys can follow me on there and leave me suggestions for there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later.